Hello Internet, welcome to another episode of Prospect Radio with me, Holly Dee, and a very special guest on the couch, the one and only, the DJ producer, aka Luke McMillan. How are you, dude?
Hey dude, how's it going? Hey dudette, sorry.
Dudette, no, it's fine.
Hi Internet.
Let's keep it PC.
At your service.
So the track underneath us playing now is the TV theme from This Is Your Life. Most of you are probably way too young to know what the hell that is, but who cares? So this show is going to be dedicated to the UK, and this opening section we're going to talk about your life, the DJ producer, via 10 records.
God, this is my life in 10 tunes, eh?
10 tunes.
Better make them count though, eh?
Better make them count.
Oh, better make some solid selections here, people. My life depends on it, apparently.
So
let's go.
So the first tune I've asked for was your earliest influential record, and you've chosen an absolute classic, Kraftwerk.
Kraftwerk's Trans-Europe Express. What a tune. Okay, all right, quick backstory. So, yeah, this record, my father was a great record collector. He listened to a lot of different stuff, brought many different records into the house. As a very young kid, I totally obsessed over record covers and all of that stuff. But this one day, yeah, possibly 1979. I must have been at least 7 because my memory is very clear. You know, I still have clear memories then. So
Not anymore.
Trans-Europe Express is an album I believe came out in 1977. But the 12-inch Neon Lights, yeah, Neon, we'll get to that. Neon Lights, on the B-side was Trans-Europe Express. Now, actually, the 12-inch Neon Lights, my father brought this home. Never seen anything like this before in my life because actually the record glowed in the dark. And it didn't just glow in the dark. It was Kraftwerk. And we'd never heard Kraftwerk before. So as a very young kid, my dad played this, charged the record up, put the record on, turn all the lights off. You have this glowing disc floating in the living room with this noise coming out the speakers that I couldn't even decipher as a kid, but I knew I was hearing something possibly going to change me. That sounds quite big, but no, in that context, as a kid, you know, being very impressionable, yeah, these things are very true. So, quickly to lead on, this 12-inch, yeah, okay, actually the track I pick is Trans-Europe Express, because it talks of a place that I never knew. Listening to it, it literally transported me somewhere. Europe, what is Europe? How big is Europe? Where does Europe go to? I was 7 years old, you don't know. But actually, also the interlink with this is, yeah, a couple of years later, when I would discover myself, and I would discover my own music, that being hip-hop music. One of the first early tracks I really remember, Africa Bambaataa, Planet Rock, which basically they stole the main riff from this record which I'm about to play, which basically tells the tale of, yeah, my father schooled me before fucking anyone, and that's law, and he takes that crown. So he was first before anyone, but yeah, Trans-Europe Express is important, and we're going to play it now. Here comes the Planet Rock bit, kids. Listen. course this tune's good, Finn, you know that. Yeah, like I say, to have that riff already in my brain and then find my music and my music being played back from the board. My father had this. Strange educational days, man.
Rendezvous on Champs-Élysées. Leave Paris in the morning with TEE. Trans Europe Express. Trans Europe Express. Trans Europe Express. Trans Europe Express.
So yeah, there we are. Tales of distant places on trains I never travelled, but yet now here I am, 47 years, and I did all the things they talked about in this tune almost. It's fucking crazy, man.
Like a premonition.
Yeah, kind of. My dad showed me a feature I didn't know was going to happen that happened. It's fucking crazy, man. That's fucking deep, dude.
Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
So, age 7, you're listening to Kraftwerk. How do you then kind of fast forward into becoming a bedroom hip-hop DJ under the name DJ Quick Cut?
My baby alter ego. But very relevant, yeah. So, again, the timeline is perfect. Yeah, we lead up to the point of, like, Africa Bambaataa, Planet Rock, 1982. I think a tune that was more relevant for me, or two tunes that were more relevant for me, were Malcolm McLaren's Buffalo Girls and Herbie Hancock's Rocket, because they both had videos, and in both of the videos, there's a guy doing this with a record. Especially in Rocket, Herbie Hancock, Grandmaster DST, probably the first turntablist in history, because he's using scratches as a percussive instrument. You know, he has a part where he has to do his thing in the tune, and then he stops, and then he does it again with a different thing. That was orchestration in 1982, and it was like, I really loved records as a kid. I loved it. What's he doing with the records? I didn't know you're allowed to do that with the record. What the fuck is that? But it didn't really come clear to me, you know, sort of like forward wind a little bit, and then, yeah, hip-hop becomes really prevalent. I realised I'm into that, like, yeah, okay. Electro and all that would come at the same time when breakdancing exploded in the UK, and let me tell you, I was the world's worst breakdancer, nearly fucking died, do a head spin, fucking call my mum to the youth centre, fucking save my life, everything horrible, but I was the one who had the music. All my friends, they were the breakers, but I was making the mixtapes. So making those mixtapes, going to the youth club, playing my tapes. That was me being DJ Quick Cut, I guess. I was a bedroom DJ, but those mixtapes, yeah, they made them fucking spin like bad men.
Do you still have these mixtapes?
Absolutely not. I have some of the records, though. You know, I have some of the records still.
Oi, oi, oi. Speaking of records, so you've selected Uptown Dope on Plastic.
I have, and I select this one because this probably comes really at the end of my life as a hardcore staunch b-boy. This is a tune from 1989. It's really like the hardest, most visceral, attitudey, yeah, gangster without being gangster, hardcore hip-hop track. This defined me as the human I wanted to be. Just aggro, hard beats, don't fuck, sever you up, like all of this tune defined me. Yeah, but this is 1989, and literally sort of maybe within 6 months, same time that De La Soul came out, the weird hippie thing has started happening, something's happening in the music, I hear D-Like, Groove is in the Heart. Wow, man, Acid House is coming, but that wasn't relevant yet. This track, this was the last part of me being a hard motherfucker till I found hardcore again. But yeah, this is hip-hop that defined me as a human being.
As I take out the rhyme book, 4 minutes calculates the time took. Full of a beat, that sort of authentic. From the rude attitude and got in it to win it. Sat up the microphone, flipped on the switch to mount 9-13-9, the rhyme count. Rehearse the curse to reimburse your change purse. But chill till I finish the third verse. See if you dare, then I'll put you in a square, son. Toe to toe, clear my throat and chew the fair one. Others may play, but I slay as a felony. Took me in custody, arrested my melody. Made one call, then I was over the prison wall. Escape of all time and the rhyme explained it all. Wanted as a criminal, but I'm not that slick. What's the charge, Sam? Dope on plastic. Dope on plastic. Can you dig? Dope on plastic. Now to break out a style so incredible. To write is not edible. Sitting on a pedestal to be specific. I'm not terrific. Just a manifesto who can get off with it. Stay in a course before my voice gets hoarse. Possess the high power of of the U.S. Air Force. It's not a choice, you were chose by random. Get meaner, then a Serena, I'll hand them. In front of the judge, you have to state your case. Cause in this category, you were a misplaced. It's not a trick, don't contradict the style. My purpose is to warn without getting wild. Don't like what I write, jab apart to act. Once told, I'm on a roll and ready for combat. Head for downfall and already set to count and estimate about 1,000 dead. The point reflected, I can't be neglected. MC's a sickness and I'm the antiseptic. Visual impact, no time for correction. You're the world champ. Objection, cause I'm the true holder of the title and test. Just sheer intelligence I must manifest. Fully equipped to lift and ready to whip 'em. I'm a murderer and like Jack I'll rip 'em. Go fetch the bastard, stretch like elastic. Try to cope cause this is dope on plastic. Dope on plastic. Dope on plastic.
The whole tragic accident of me going to a massive rave, Dave taking me there and taking ecstasy and it all going wrong, and then me finally actually seeing the light, understanding the bigger picture and actually epiphany, realizing, surrounded by all this madness, the whole thing's being controlled by a DJ. I can do that. Right, that's what I'm going to do. All I've got to do is change my music, let's do it. And that was it. And I was absorbed, and I was completely obsessed, and I've been completely fucking obsessed ever since. And it gave me a career, and from quick cut to producer, but incidentally, the name comes from, I was originally called The Producer. I want to know why. Nothing to do, I didn't even know what production was then. I said to my friend, why this name? He's like, dude, because you produce the goods, man. And it stuck, and it was everyone, it stuck, that was it was done. So there's that. So there's the evolution, and yeah, the producer was born, and then we did our own acid house raves, then I started doing the free parties, and then I got a name, and hello.
And here we are. So your first DJ residency, was that, according to your show with the Kin, was that Revelation or not?
No, it absolutely was Revelation.
Yes.
I was with an organisation called Universe, where they were like the really big raves. They were like our Southwest Trophy, man. Those raves are legendary, and I really did make my name from those raves. But in the town where I live, Bath, because they were a Bath collective, they all Bath boys, there's a small club in that town called the Tiergarten, and they did like a series of 5 club nights where like me, my friends DJ Dye, who's now a massive Bristol junglist, and my other friend Jody Wistonoff, who's now a massive like house producer. Well, Dye and Jody together were Sublove, and us three, we were the Universe residents. So we had the Tiergarten to begin with, but then Revelation took over, and that was serious. My friend John Macwan, he was amped, and he knew these records. He knew what he wanted. He was listening to tapes from London of Kiss FM, Colin Faber, Colin Dale. Like, these are the guys we wanted to be. This was real techno. We wanted this. And he was like, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to get these guys down. And he fucking did. And so all of a sudden, we had a residency alongside some of the most bespoke names in techno done completely. And so that was just more impetus. I played techno at these big Universe raves while everyone was still playing jungle. It put a massive spanner in it. It made me change overnight. And because of that change, John kind of saw the light in that. It's like, this is what it is. I'm like, absolutely. Then my record with the Edge things, it all ties in together. Like, yeah, we took on our UK techno identity completely when nobody else was, because UK is junglist, And of course I come from breakbeat, but right then it's like, no, we are making a difference. We are different. And that was that. So yes, from then on, yeah, Revelation like powered us forward to really create our identity as like, yeah, we play European techno. Like, and I was the one that started playing the first Gabba records, and John was like, oh, this music it's a bit hard, man. I'm like, dude, it's just, it's more techno than the techno, right? That's how it was then. We didn't even know it was fucking Gabba. It was just more. I mean, Joey Beltran was making fucking hardcore techno records. That was a techno guy. It's like, you can't tell me there's no difference. So, but yeah, that was absolutely the beginning, man.
And then I think 1994 was a bit of an explosive year for you. So you released your first EP on Edge Records. You play your first Helter Skelter, and you're also playing at Eurobeat 2000. Yeah, sure. We actually have some images of that, Steph. Sure.
The Skelter flyers.
I think we've got some Skelter flyers, and we have the Eurobeat 2000 at Turnmills. Yeah, Tell us about this residency.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a residency. Eurobeat was like really one of the. There was, to my knowledge, there was a whole bunch at a time. Sort of from like 92, end of 92 to kind of 95 in London. At one point, there was probably about like 10 consecutive techno nights running. But like my first real interjection with all of that was there was a woman called Jane Howard, and she had this organisation called Knowledge. And like Knowledge, Colin Faver was a resident for her. Like Lofbruver and Colin Dale were residents for her, And like Knowledge was the first agency, and through Universe, and them working with her when they did like the a techno temple tent and had all of her guys in. She took me on as she was my first agent. I mean, she was buck wild. I only got 4 gigs out of her, but through her, I got this gig.
Amazing gigs.
Totally. I got this gig in Knowledge, and then I got the Eurobeat gigs, and it was like bona fide like techno. I was like, fucking hell, man, I'm fully legitimised now. I was terrified of all these. I'm from the southwest. I didn't know no one. You go into London. I was just like fucking felt like nothing. But yeah, made a fucking statement. It was just brilliant, man. But surrounded by like-minded dudes, I was playing the music, and they were like, "Yeah, we understand. Yeah, Bristol is junglist. Bristol took a long time to get a grip on anything techno, really. But yeah, this full acceptance, man, from the right people. It's like, okay, we are doing it right then, for sure."
I mean, did that help then, being sort of the only techno guy in a jungle city in terms of
but
career?
like I say, I was playing European music, right then. I knew there was Trans-Europe Express. I knew there was something out there further than what I had here, and I was playing records from Europe. So there was these people making this music in a place that I didn't know. It's like I know there's more out there. I play Europe. I've got to get there somehow. I don't know how it is, and making music was an accident, but was probably my best calling card, because there's people around the world can hear your music without you even knowing it was happening. So. But this year, a lot of things really did happen.
Big year.
I've never really thought of it in that context before. But you put this data together, it's like fucking yeah, 94. That was
94 was the year.
Definitely my ultra explosion for sure,
nice. Man. Let's hone in a bit on Helter Skelter, because I mean that's where you really made a name for yourself, right? And
sure.
Yeah.
Well, we just became residents of our our Technodrome. The Technodrome, just like England renowned. The fans. It was one of those boisterous. Helter Skelter did 4 raves a year, and so that was like 4 certified bangers a year, man. And yeah, you made an effort. Everyone came out. They were something else. And so, I mean, I made a point of really going quite experimental to point. And yeah, I definitely deployed like my first Def Chants in the Technodrome. There's a really quite a classic mega mix that I released on the first Def Chant record, the first Def Chant album, called Def Chant Goes to the Butchers. It was never intended for release. I made that record for a Helter Skelter on New Year's Eve. I think it was 1997, and literally, I mean, back then we had no social media, but those people had people were texting me going, "Dude, what the fuck was that tune? What is that thing? That Def Chant thing that isn't Def Chant? What was that?" So Julian called. He was like, "What is that thing you've done?" I was like, I think you need to release this. Like the Technodrome spawned so much experimentalness, but again, it was quite cohesive because UK rave really is UK rave. So for all of its outlandishness and boisterous beats, I was playing Bloody Fist in there and all kinds of hellishness, but at the same time, it's a UK rave, and like certain tracks, you drop them, and it fucking unified everything. It was something from like a European vibe, from some old school vibe, definitely rave, felt a bit old Bonsai. I'm just going to leave myself into the tune that I'm going to play.
Well done. I don't have to do anything.
I'm trying to justify why I'm going to play this tune, because a lot of my UK guys would be like, "Word, you called it." A lot of the Europeans are like, "Holy shit, that's some cheesy shit, man." It was one of your own, dude. This guy called R. Wagner from this label called DOM Records was kind of unknown-ish, but this tune just became a massive classic in Skelter raves. It really did. So are we queued up already?
I've queued you up. Let's go.
You're fucking on fire,
Ready?
aren't you? So yeah, this is the power. This is the Power Jam by R. Wagner. This was our fucking rave anthem. Let's do it. Sorry, we definitely got to play this to the drop, or there's just no fucking point. And we've skirted over the others, so let's just do it. No apologies. Sorry, man, you had to be there. Maybe you didn't. I don't know. We fucking were, though.
I fucking love it.
Alright, yeah, come on, alright, calm down. You get the message. And infinitum, fucking hands in the air.
So that one's from 1996.
Is that from 96?
Yes.
Wow, man, what a fucking year, dude.
There you go. From
Yeah,
a Dutch guy, right?
Absolutely. Oh, Wagner, DOM Records. I don't remember the actual DOM is like a what is it? Acronym of something, but I don't recall. But yeah, they did a few records. They were really fucking good, man.
Nice. So go check that out. But let's go back to the UK. Let's go back to someone who's kind of been important to a lot of us and you, I suppose. I'm talking about Simon Underground.
Oh, my friend.
Your
One of my best
Right.
friends, man.
How did that happen?
How did that happen?
Yeah.
Again, really a cool link, man. I first met Simon Underground at Knowledge at that gig I told you about in London, like
There
that
you
same
go.
night.
At Turnmills.
No. This is Knowledge, the one
Knowledge.
pre-Turnmills.
Right,
but
right.
like Simon Underground, before there was this guy in the corner of the club with this beating out. There's this guy with like this one crate, this one box, and just on the front of it, just little printed thing just said Underground Music. That was it. This little dude out in the corner. And, I was a fiend, man. I was in London, and there's a guy in this techno club selling records. Dude, I was like a fly around shit, mate. What? All right, mate, how's it going? What's this then you got? Holy fuck, mate, where'd you get these fucking records, man? He looked at me. He did this fucking Simon. He did the Simon Underground thing. First thing, he did this thing. This little cheeky fucking wink. And you fucking do it, mate. You can't stop yourself. That was the first introduction, and that's a lifelong thing. Dude, from there, yeah, man, I probably spent all my wages on the records he had. Totally amazing. And we probably sort of bumped, he wasn't, because he was really integrated into the London scene. He knew those guys. He was distributing all the fucking best tunes, So, yeah, we got sort of knowing a little bit. I've seen him in a couple of gigs, but I can't really remember. There was a couple of times maybe we met. Maybe I even met him at Eurobeat, to be honest, for sure, afterwards. That's even possible, because Gordon Edge was there. Like, there was quite a few significant dudes. But, yeah, shortly after that, I believe, I was like buying records off him offline, and he knew I was gigging. And then, yeah, it's like, mate, he was the first guy actually in UK that I knew had come to Europe to, like, he went to the first Hellraiser in the Energy Hall and talks about it like in religious fucking circumstances, So I was like, I met a guy who really experienced real hardcore. So like talking about it, and just out of the blue, Simon was like, mate, there's this guy, he wants to book us in Holland. Are you up for it? I was like, am I up for it? Mate.
So let's cue those photos.
Mate, am I up for it?
This is in 1999 or
It's
1998?
1999.
First trip to the Netherlands.
Pre Thunderdome, pre everything, wet behind the ears. Like I say, Simon Underground was a distributor. He was dealing with a guy called Renat who had a distribution company. What was it called? Future something? I don't quite recall. Akira knows, because that was the first time I met Akira as well. I believe there's a picture of that we're going to see. But yeah, we did a couple of shows. I don't really recall. Not too big, but yeah, we definitely made a lasting impression, man. It was probably the most stoned I'd ever been outside of my own country as well. Like, fucking, hello, Holland. Oh, I really should be here, man. Fucking hell, where have you been all my life? That's another story.
So then, and is this the kind of the premise or the beginning of Rebel Scum then?
Absolutely. This is literally
this trip.
The end of this trip. This is literally where it happened. There's even a photo of me that Simon has. You may have seen where I'm looking wistfully out of a window.
Oh yes, I wanted to show you that. It's on Facebook.
We had literally just had the conversation. He's like, I got the distribution. I'm sort of doing this label for Matt. The Corrupt label. That's me taking care of all the mechanicals. He just gives me the music. He's like, I know you do all the stuff with Def Chant, but if you ever thought that you possibly wanted a different outlet, we could do something. And I was like, mate, I'd never even considered that as a thing. I was so used to being an artist and just for recording for labels at that time, recording for, Def Chant and Hardcore Mafia and a couple of labels that I got affiliated with via Manu through the whole French thing, which we haven't even talked about.
That's coming up, don't worry.
Okay, I was going to say, that's fucking criminal, mate. That come before all of this. Fucking hell. Anyway, yeah, but it's just, that trip, we'd had that discussion and so, we'd had it and I was mulling over it. And I think by the time we got back to England, I was like, dude, I was a complete Star Wars freak. The first film I ever saw was Star Wars. At the age of 5, it was the first movie I ever saw. So I go, the first movie I ever see, I go in, main character, what's his name? It's fucking Luke, mate. That fucked me up. Don't think it didn't fuck me up because it was a fucking thing. I hate what they've done with it now. I almost fucking...
It's awful,
I almost deleted the
Awful.
Rebel Scum back catalogue at one point because of it. I made a fucking Facebook post going, fuck Disney, fuck this shit, horrible. But no, that's where it was actually born. And sort of after doing it, it's like, I do all the hip-hop stuff. It was like really, again, Def Chant was like staunch b-boy, but I had, I tried experimental things with the album for Manu that I knew was coming because I'd done sketches and stuff, but it was a real outlet where I could just try my darker half that I knew existed for my old track, Signal Confirmed and stuff. It's like, let's try and go into that zone again because I love that. Rebel Scum number 1. And then, number 2. Actually, all of them have got a fucking story, haven't they? They really have.
We don't have that sort of time, unfortunately.
I know we don't. It's
so
ridiculous,
let's talk
mate.
about the track that you've picked, which is Rebel Scum number 9, a journey from Journey of Force EP.
Even the fucking video monitor guy's freaking out over there when you mention that tune, man. Check that out. I love you, Steph. A Journey of Force. What a weird fucking tune for me. It's probably the first tune I did in years, actually, at 140 BPM. That tune...
It says 145, but yeah.
All right, 145, you fucking hair splitter.
You gotta be.
Right, okay. So, like me and Simon Underground, after we did this first trip for Renat and he was actually talking with a guy called Martin Maubron, who at the time was the head of ID&T. He was the interlink for Thunderdome. We got to do our first Thunderdome.
Boom!
So me and Simon did our first fucking Thunderdome, playing all this UK shit. Was playing Crossbones records at +8 and breakbeats and fucking everything. We played quite early, so it's just like, let's do our stuff. Then we hung around. And then I saw how all the Dutch guys played. And I was like this. Because everyone was playing like this really like deep industrial between 140 BPM and 150, like grinding. It was monstrous. I'd heard bits of it, but I'd never heard it in such an overblown context. And actually that gig, it was so monstrous. Like the two went hand in hand. I was stood there like, listen to this noise. I was like, I've done techno for years. It's like, this is just fucking techno, really, isn't it? It's just like distorted techno. It's like, do you know what? I'm going to go home. I'm going to write a distorted techno track and see if it ends up sounding like this. So that's actually what I did. I literally did write this distorted techno tune. It's like, it was weird because the more I got into it, the more sounds that became distorted, and then everything was distorted, the cleaner the track came. And there was like, almost felt like there was no distortion anymore. And it was really weird. It's like, this track's fucking groovy, man. This is great. What is this? And then, I don't know, I was scratching around for something because it was there, man. It was definitely there. It could definitely have an instrumental, but there could be another. There's something else. What is it? Like me being a fucking sample junkie hijacker that I am, I'm digging through records, and this old Belgian thing falls out in front of me, Chantel the Realm, and I'm like I say, I'm from the Acid House thing, and that tune was a big signifier, and there's this a cappella, fucking hot like the sun, wet like the rain. I was like, oh my God, I remember that. Let's just try it. Just record the whole thing and just put it in there. And nearly fell off my chair in the studio going, what is that? It's like, okay, I think got a tune. I was like, Simon, listen to this. He's like, fucking hell, man. That's a different one. I was like, in it. It's a bit like Signal, but this isn't Signal, is it, man? This is different. Put it out. I think that putting that record out, we've never had so many response from so many people internationally. We got licensed on about 17 different compilations. Totally. We'd only just done the first Thunderdome, and then getting that, back then, CD compilations were everything. So the more that you had a track on compilations, all of a sudden my name was everywhere from this tune. Of course, everyone's like, oh, you fucking producer playing this total slow techno stuff. And I'm like, fucking no, I don't.
Not anymore.
It was a bit of a blip in the fucking universe, but, it proved that it's like, I want to be able to make it. Can I make this music? Let's see if I can make this type of like Dutch industrial stuff. Fucking hell, man. I shocked myself. It's like, well, and they really accepted it. So I was like, well, I guess I can do that next. They really fucking like it. But yeah, total anomaly, but fucking hell, what a tune.
What a tune. Let's stick it on.
point of greatest intensity. Something for your mind, your body, and your soul. It's the power to arouse curiosity. The purpose, the goal, which one acts on? The purpose, the goal, which one acts on? A journey of force, hot like the sun, and wet like the rain. Rhythmic movements in unison, always prolong an act of sensation. It's all memories. Eternity is past. Wrong is right. It's the point of greatest intensity. It's the point of greatest intensity. Pleasures of the highest sense. Feelings of warmth and security. Ruling and unwilling sensations of the mind. The condition, the ultimate seduction. The realm.
And I pretty much think if you're familiar with my stuff and you're from Holland, you're probably familiar with this one, so we won't do that anymore.
We won't labour that point.
We won't, mate, no.
So let's go back in time a little bit.
We keep doing that, don't we? Come on, there's lots of time that we got, mate. Come on, let's do it.
Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's talk about someone else who's been incredibly important in your life.
Uh-oh.
His name hasn't been mentioned yet, but the label has quite a bit.
Oh, has it? I haven't even
We're
noticed.
talking about Hellfish and Death Chant, of course.
Fuck yeah. Rude
Allegedly met at a Helter Skelter. He was giving you a white label.
Absolutely, that I nearly refused.
Because you thought he was
It's
a
true.
weirdo or what?
Yeah, it's true. Fucking rave stalkers fucking trying to get me play records in the middle of an organised set. Fuck you, man. What are you trying to do?
So what was your first impression of him then?
Who are you?
Fuck off.
No, it really was. Who are you? Step to me like I've only just started my set and you're waving a fucking white label in front of my phone. What are you doing? No, mate. You really need to listen to this like now. Who's this cunt? Fucking hell.
I'm kind of busy. About
Yeah, like,
to
literally,
play.
it kind of was that. It's like, mate, do you know who the fuck I'm producer and this is Helter Skelter? Like, what are you doing? I've just started my fucking set. But he had this weird look in his eye. He's like, mate, I'm not going. He's like, he's not going away. All right, take the fucking record off this fucking labouring cunt. What the fuck? Put the record on.
And it was a right banger.
I put the record on. 2 beats. I just turned around. Mate, what the? Who are you? What the fuck? And then I sort of caught him like really tiny, like Death Chant 04. I was like, you motherfucker, you fuck it, you wait there. I got to do this. You fucking wait there. And that was the beginning of a really long and beautiful and turgid relationship. Absolutely, just for all of his sins, man, the one that just let me be really what I am. Full flight, man. So full respect, you fucking mongoloid.
Whoa, I've not heard that word in a while.
Yeah, it's true, man. Yeah, that's a special. It's a special friends, isn't it? You know, it's a special
UK special.
special friends, mate. Totally, man.
Might have to edit that out.
Yeah, man.
Boop. No. And so
It's a term of endearment. If you know me, you know that's true, man. I don't use those words lightly. That's horrible. Truly, I'm sorry.
So
But yeah, no, he's very important. He's a very special alien for all that he's facilitated, for all of his mentalness. Hellfish,
So
man.
how long have you known each other at this point?
Well,
now?
yeah, okay, so yeah, he's. I guess that rave must have been 1996 because not long after that I took the white label. Yeah, Contact, all these things. Yeah, I've been making my own music, like you heard in Kin's show, but he was the first guy. He's like, here's a guy in the Technodrome, in my house of hardcore, giving me a white label from his record label. It's like, I'm making music. It's like, maybe I should send this motherfucker my music. This makes sense, doesn't it? Because I can do. That's what I want to do. It's like, right, let's try it. Details, send it. He's like, signed, done. What? Done. Out. Death Chant number 7, done. Free, no edits, no, exactly as it is. No change, no, out, done. Fucking hell.
And how about sort of deciding to make music together?
Well, yeah, obviously, I just think it was a logical clue. Definitely good for him because I was the fucking DJ producer and he was a fucking nobody, clamouring for fucking attention. And I was like the king in fucking Helter Skelter, and he fucking knew it. That's why he was there. He's not stupid, is he? Right? So, yeah, utilise what you got around you. But, you know, absolutely mutual respect, because no one really did that to me. And then actually someone bringing me music that I really wanted to hear, that didn't really happen very often. I was like, dude, we really, like, when I say we need to talk, we really fucking need to talk. So I think it was probably, he maybe sent me a couple more white labels. And it's funny, if you look through my selection of white labels, we have like interchanges where I've sent bits of paper to each other. We had no internet then, you know, so it was all by post, man, and phone calls, really retarded.
And fax machines.
Backwards, fax machines, mate. Don't go there. Don't go. Don't do that. No. Fights for those. No.
Nobody knows what a fax machine is
But
anymore.
yeah, I think maybe I probably give it a solid year, because we were releasing records quite rapidly. So I can't even think which release No More Rock and Roll is.
Number 16. Look at me doing my homework.
Okay, right.
Number 16
so,
out in 1998.
So there you go. I released Death Chant number 7. So you know, it took 10 releases, but we were banging them out quite prolifically. So yeah, I think maybe sort of 8 to 10 months. And he was like, "Dude, you should just come to the studio, man." I was like, "All right, come on, let's do it." So I went to Wickford, went to his place, stayed in his place for 4 days, and yeah, we made a No More Rock and Roll, and that's not the one that we're going to play. Because I think the other one is actually a little bit more defining of who we are as humans, and also it was made in my studio.
We're talking about The Way of the Homeboy, part 2. But was there a part 1?
There absolutely was a part 1 that Hellfish made. I think that's on Death Chant number 5, I think. Possibly. But yeah, it's like part 1. But, you know, when he came to my place and we got all these fucking kung fu samples out, and it was like, you know, Way of the Samurai or whatever. No, this is like Way of the Homeboy 2, definitely. You're not leaving this without that tag on it, man. Yeah, that's...
Let's run that track.
Let's run that fucking track.
My style is the best, and so I challenge you that my style should stand alone. That's right. But still, I have you now. Just shut up. Can't hear you move pretty fast. And I'll kill anyone who dares to go against me.
I don't care who you are, man. That's fucking fire, mate.
Death Chant number 16.
Alright, all you aficionados who want to fucking know more, just go and Google Homeboy Part 2 and do the rest yourselves, because we ain't got the fucking time, mate.
Okay, whilst we're still in the UK, let's talk about jungle and breakbeats and drum and bass for a second. You actually made some.
I'm an English guy, man.
I know, right? It'd be wrong if you hadn't.
Breakbeats in my blood, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you listen to a lot of my hardcore, man. Like the percussion is breakbeats. It is. It's in all of it. But yeah, sometimes I got a really close friend, Chris Maxey. We kind of learnt to make music together, really, and we had a side project as the Coalition, and we actually released. I think we released 3 different 12 inches, one actually on Hard Leaders, which was a quite reputable drum and bass label, which was a sub label of Kicking Records. So that was really quite a big deal for us. And the Suspicious Circumstances one we were going to play. Another one of those tracks, when that came out for Alpha Magic, Nicky Black Market and Ray Keefe were actually ringing me at my house going, dude, who are you? What's this fucking tune, man? You just blew everyone away in the warehouse, man. What is this? Sassess, we should call you, man. I'm like going, dude, I do techno, really? Fucking what do you want with me? But yeah, it was amazing. It is part of me. I've been very influenced by all of that. And as much as I have techno in my life and, we use that as to great effect to kind of disrupt the scene and make people realise there is a difference. I come from breakbeat, and I was playing hardcore rave and breakbeat before techno became a thing, and breakbeat always been in my blood. I'm a massive fan of drum and bass. Dom and Roland and Tekich to me are like gods. Even now, Metalheads had a massive influence on fucking virtually everything we did.
Absolutely, and everyone.
I think, to be honest, even the hardcore that we make, because we're English, I mean, me personally, I always took my production values as far as, making it sound as clean as, always came from drum and bass, listening to stuff like Photech and Hidden Agenda and Source Direct and the amount of space they had, but with such accuracy. I wanted my hardcore to sound like that. It's it is possible, it can be done, and I guess some way we engineered that, but no. Breakbeat being in part of me and doing collabs with my friend Chris, we built out quite a lot of those stuff. But in the middle of that, having Alpha Magic there, dude, we know you do drum and bass. You want to release some? I was like, fucking okay. Let's make another pseudonym, man. This whole thing is under Suspicious Circumstances. I probably shouldn't be doing this because I'm a techno guy. Dude, that's fucking it. Suspicious Circumstance done. That's it.
But did you ever play at any gigs, or was it just purely a production itch that you needed to scratch?
Purely a production thing. Me and Chris, as the Coalition, we played out a couple of times. We even played, we finished a Live Evil when they did a breakbeat special, and that was fucking, both of us had goosebumps because we'd never done it before. It was totally amazing. But no, we just like to interject into that. It's part of us. We want to be included and see that, we dabble in that as well. So we, practitioners and trying different music genres as well. It kind of hones your skills a bit, what you can impose on one, you can apply to another. So it was useful in many respects, but, I don't put music out and it not be honest. Not sort of doing drum and bass for flippancy's sake. It's no, I'm doing it because it's got to get out of me. And this was the moment where I was doing so much hardcore. These tracks really did come, they were real breathing space from just stopping doing hardcore for a minute, and they came really fast, no thinking. Heavily influenced by No U-Turn and Talk at the time, so they do really sound like that.
I mean, of all these tracks, as a former D&B head, this is one of my favourite of this selection that we're playing today. So let's say no more. Let's listen to it, shall we?
Go for it. Volume up. All right, yeah. Breakbeat artwork, all of that stuff. Flexing.
Suspicious circumstance.
Bit of funk, man. Like funk in my music as well, you know.
Nice. So from the UK and on to France.
Ah, oui, oui.
Are we?
Ah, oui, oui.
You really,
Depending on where you are.
yeah, you really connected with the French scene pretty early on, right?
Totally. That's,
how and why?
Manu Le Malin coming
ledge.
to Resurrection in 1995 when he played back-to-back with Lenny Dee, and he'd actually just released, I think he released his Bunko. There was a 12-inch compilation EP on Lenny Dee's Rough Beats label. It was called the Bunko Squad, but it was 4 tracks by 4 different artists. Actually, all French artists. Like there's a Laurent Garnier track on there, kind of hard. Yeah, check that. But yeah, this one track by this Manu Le Malin guy, and it is fucking just beasted me. So yeah, it was a couple of weeks later, I go to this gig, and there's this French dude. I was like, oh my god, you're the dude that made that fucking track, right? And he was like, no, you're producer, right? You made blah blah blah. I was going, you know my shit. And so, yeah, after that, they played their set, totally amazing. I played mine. We went to the back room. I think it was kind of early as well, you know, maybe sort of like 12 o'clock with those all-nighters running all night. I think we got to the back room, just started talking, and didn't stop. We weren't high. We weren't high or anything. We were just clean and clear. But we were talking, and then the party ended. And we realized, literally, we've just been talking for 6 hours straight. So, you know, from that, at the end of that, Manny was like, dude, I'm not leaving here without... Give me your details. I'm doing some things in France. I'm going to hook you up. You have to come in France. I was like, holy shit, man. Okay, I believe you, dude. Make it real. Within a month, yeah, he had a little night he was doing right in the centre of Paris. He got me there, and that was the beginning. And actually, yeah, it was a surprise to me because, yeah, us doing UK stuff and just being in our own zone. Like, you know, this is like 95, so yeah, well, yeah, pre-Def Chant, but just at the cusp of that and me at the beginning. So it was all kind of at the same time period, really. But yeah, he took me serious, went there. Yeah, the French already kind of knew who I was. Yeah, they resonated with me. It was kind of shocking. I couldn't speak the language, but they just let the music do the fucking talking, man. Yeah, amazing. Manu took me everywhere, and I became friends with so many people through the whole French scene. I think I probably played most cities in France, actually, for sure, between 95 and 2000, for sure.
And in terms of like the sound and style, was the French industrial hardcore scene much different to the UK hardcore techno scene? To the point that it actually, if you listen to the later Def Chants, it fully influenced the sound of Def Chant because like original, like what you call French core now. Well, it's not, yeah, but that's like, not hardcore that comes from France. That's what we were playing, not French core. This was hardcore made in France. You know, and I was a massive advocate of all that. You know, I was into global hardcore anyway, but you know, I was really into producers like, you know, Laurent Ho, man, too many. I can't even mention. You know, early Amar Guaynad, Speedix, like loads of these guys. I was playing these records like in the Helter Skelters, and no one was playing these tunes because half of them I was being given by the French guys, and you couldn't even buy them in the UK. So fully international shit right there. And yeah. The way that I played in going to France is like they knew the Def Chant records. I was like, you know these records, like that was mind blowing to me. It's like, so I come over, I was like, dude, French people are buying your records, man. Like fucking, it's like, he's like, what? It's like, dude, other people, not just this is not just for England now. Like other people know this music. So yeah, really the two really resonated with each other, and yeah, I didn't have to explain myself, you know. Maybe in some places I go to DJ, I felt like I had to adapt. No, you know, French, like the original French hardcore was way more boisterous than what we were doing in UK. I mean, we sounded almost happy hardcore compared to what they're doing to a degree. So they taught us a lot of lessons. But we kind of took the bits that we liked, again, like the way we made music, took their raucous kick drums and these really crazy industrial fills and padded out with our hip-hop beats and psychedelic shit and made something like, and that was really, fucking hell, we made our own sound. What's happening? France was a massive influence on the way we made music, for sure. And let's briefly chat about Astropolis Festival, legendary French festival, one of the oldest in France, actually. Totally, and like Manu being resident for them, and actually I think Astropolis, I think it was 90, maybe 98. That was maybe the third Astropolis party that had ever happened, and I played for them. It was amazing. They were lovely. It was like meeting like a family that I'd lost or something. Promoters that weren't like promoters, you know, they would do the party. They'd be more after partying than the fucking. It was amazing. Like some of the loveliest people I ever met, and like the shows they put on, and you know, being really, you know, close with like, you know, guys like Garnier, and they just this
absolute whole host of like upper echelon techno, and I was like swimming in the middle of it, like not really believing. I was like, I'm part of this. How does this happen? It was mental, but it was absolutely where I was meant to be. There was nowhere else to be at that point. It was like the music was right. Oh man,
It's proper family vibes there, and
it was an amazing festival, really.
Internet watchers, there's a really amazing documentary. I can't remember what it's called now. Great, about Manu.
Sans le Donjon.
There you go, in the dungeon with
The Sounds of the Dungeon with Manu Le Malin, featuring
Right.
yours fucking truly.
Yes, mate, and Lenny D and all of the rest of
A whole host of superstars.
What's his stage called?
The Mechanic stage.
Mechanic stage. So a whole feature on that. It's really amazing. Definitely check it out. But we're talking about France because I've asked for a track from your debut album, which was released on Manu's
Block 46.
and Lauren Ho's
Block 46 label.
yeah
For real.
labels. And you have picked which record? Which tune?
Did I pick History Lesson?
Yeah, I think so. I
God,
think you did.
God, I'm so predictable.
Oh,
it's those old
bloody
it's
hell,
those old
mate.
rave noises, mate. I just can't leave them alone. So we've definitely got to
But
play
before
this.
we play it, maybe let's
Okay.
have a little bit of context. Why did you release your debut album with these guys, or did it just sort of
Manu was the
make
first
sense?
person, because I was a 12-inch guy. We made bangers. I'd never considered myself to be enough of an artist to even dare think maybe I could do an album. I'd never thought it. We did bangers. We made bangers to destroy dance floors, and really nothing else mattered. Again, being as a kid, obsessed with albums, but I'm a DJ, I'm not an artist. Why the fuck would I want to do an album, you know? And then, yeah, Manu was like, dude, you know what would be really amazing? It's like, no, man, what would be really amazing? Dude, DJ producer do an album for Block 46. I was like, are you fucking joking me? He's like, no, dude, how fucking rad would that be? It's like, you motherfucker.
You sound just like him.
He's like, dude, of course I spent fucking months with him, didn't I? I was like, dude, you're not joking. He's like, dude, get to work. It was a year of mental breakdowns, a year of second guessing myself, a year of not really knowing what the fuck I was meant to be doing. It was also because Manu was such an abstractist, you know, he has a really dark kind of internal sound. It resonates with certain people, and I come from just full scale obvious rave, so it's like, how am I going to integrate with this weird dark motherfucker? Okay, he's my friend, we DJ a lot together, but for me to integrate into this label, I've definitely got to sound a bit weird. How am I going to do this? Okay, I've got to do an album. Okay, the album's got to be really fucking weird. Okay, how weird is weird? What can I do? And I've actually picked History Lessons because it's probably one of the less weird tunes on the album, but it's got no. It's very important because it's definitely got like this UK core imprint. Like there's something in this tune. Maybe it's just the mix of breaks and the noises that I chose. Like the title, History Lesson. If you hear all the rave noises and you know rave history, you hear them and go, oh my God, that's from that record, that's from that record. It still fucks me up even today, and I swear to God, it's the kind of tune, if I tried to make it again, I would fail so hard.
How many samples has it got in it?
I don't know.
Okay.
Someone will be offended.
DJ producer nerds, if you can guess all the samples
Just
correctly,
rave noise. Pick a rave noise.
send us a postcard.
Let's just start with Mentasms, man. Let's choose one of them. It's all fucking hardcore, man. Come on, what is it? I don't even know what it is. That's what it is. Yeah, respect. Thank you, Manu, for letting me have the opportunity to do this shit.
Yeah, classic album that is
It's actually
Doomsday Mechanics.
It's actually going to be re-released very
Re-released.
soon. Yeah.
Ooh.
It's got an ambient dark heart. You got an exclusive here, Holly Decker.
Holly Decker?
Holly Decker, even. Listen.
No, I like Holly Decker. That's
actually,
much better.
Literally, it's been in post-production, like before Corona went, but when I did Doomsday Mechanics, like I told you for Manu, I was scrambling for so many ideas. Literally, by the time I'd finished, there was about 20 tracks, about 4 ambient excerpts, and it's like, oh, the thing's going on CD. Oh, shit. You're joking, aren't you? So then I had to literally unpick it and just extricate all these things that just weren't going to fit. So, re-releasing the album, because, after Doomsday Mechanics, as the CD came out, UWE then had the idea to release what they thought were the best tracks as 2 12-inches. So, half of the tracks on the original got released on vinyl, but half didn't. So what we're doing is we're taking the tracks that were never released, adding them with the ones that nobody ever heard, and re-releasing it as this, 3-part, basically ambient headfuck, because that's what Doomsday Mechanics was actually meant to be. But we had to take all the ambient shit out of there, so it just wasn't the thing it was ever actually meant to be. So now, finally, it is. It's called Expanded Redux.
Okay.
Expanded because it's widened out, but reduced because of the bits that is already lost from the original. So I don't even make fucking sense. I know what I mean. Yeah, coming soon.
Coming soon.
I even talked to Simon I talked to Simon 2 days before coming here. It's actually a reality now. So let's go.
Nice. Should we briefly talk about DJ production techniques, or
What the fuck do you want to know? DJing, it's like
the best? The
2 turntables and a mixer and a mic in it.
Done. So production then. I guess is it samples.
Production for me is a constant battle.
Right.
Because I'm not classically trained in any way, shape or form, and I've constantly made it up as I go along. But actually, weirdly, I'm here in Holland tonight for this show doing an audience with, and over the past 10 weeks of Corona Nightmare, I kind of had an internal epiphany and re-examined my whole self. Didn't do any music for 10 weeks, but then went back into the studio and took out at least a good 30 old projects that were damaged, and I undamaged them. And I seem to have acquired some skills after taking notice for a long time to lots of very educated people, and I seem to have my art down to some degree now. This art is never done. You're never going to be perfect. No one knows what perfect is. But for me, to getting it where I'm happy with what my music sounds like, I'm finally there now. 25 years later, with no real training, but no, working inside the box and listening. If you're doing music production and you don't know what the fuck's going on, there's a million really great tutorials on YouTube. Sounds cheesy, but trust me, I've learned a fucking lot of things from YouTube, so do not dismiss that shit. It's not even funny. Serious.
You're watching YouTube right now.
Seriously, there's a wealth of knowledge out there that even me as a kid, when I was learning, I couldn't acquire that shit. We had no internet. All I could do was ask other producers, and back then everyone was really fucking shady. No one was telling you nothing, If I could tell you a million things, this would be a whole other documentary about me telling you how to make music, but that's another thing. If you're inquisitive, and you're inspired by music, you want to make music like that music, just to start with, get comfortable with a piece of equipment and just try and copy the music you love. That's how you learn. That's how I learned to make music. Try and replicate to the best of your ability, and then change it and adapt it, and then it becomes you.
Which is a nice word for stealing.
And then, adapt it, because of the whole of this thing, everyone's stolen everything. Nothing's original. Literally nothing. Sampling, the whole sampling debate to me is fucking dead, to be honest with you.
Well, before we fall down that black
Before I fall in that rabbit hole and we get all into really big trouble, I'll just shut my I told you I got a fucking mouth on me, didn't I? Jesus.
Let's move on. So, from the first album to the most recent album, I've asked you to pick a track from Damaged by DJ, the unreleased dub plates, 2000 to 2019.
I can't even think what I fucking chose. I chose the really long one that we're not going to be able to hear all of.
Paradise is Never.
Great, so I'm going to play
2017 refix. Well, first off, what's this album all about?
This album is again.
Shit, I better get some money
it's exactly what. No, it's exactly what it says.
On the tin.
Because I literally, after the reclamation of Doomsday Mechanics and realising the beast that it could be, and Simon really facilitating that, actually really strewn across my hard drives, there was a good. I mean, there's still probably a good other fucking 30, 40 tunes that will never see the light of day, but there were these tracks that kept coming back. And I mean, I hadn't really done anything with like Julian and Def Chant for a really long time, but you know, these tunes, I did these tracks and they never had a place. And at that time, you know, I was like dealing with a lot of labels and Rebel Scum and all these things, and really deep in third movement land. And you know, I'd done the Def Chant thing, so Def Chant never seemed an option. But I knew in the back of my mind, really for a long time, every time I listened to any one of these tunes, it's like, mate, they're a Def Chant tune. It's like on its own, what are you going to do with that? It's like nothing. Time's gone on. Put the Doomsday Redux back together. It's like these tunes, it's like, let's just get the fucking shit away from what is actually good. I was left with these 12 tracks and you play them, it's like, I was like, right, look, Julian, like, okay, look, just listen to these and tell me what you think, okay? He's like, what is this, an album, is it? I was like, you said it, mate. Like, I didn't say anything. And so, yeah, it was, you know, I do not like to think that moments that I actually get like emotional pleasure from, you know, a lot of things I can discard, but these tracks, when I play them, I really felt something, you know, it's like, well, I feel it, somebody else will definitely feel it. So it seemed a shame to go to waste. It's, you know, it's got this, you know, Def Chant has kind of got this classic thing as well, you know, a lot of old guys who were at the fucking Helter Skelters and that, you know, that classic Def Chant sound, to a degree, I suppose, it's not really the same anymore. But some of these tracks on that album definitely kind of hark back to that a little bit, I think.
How would you describe the classic Def Chant?
I don't know, it's, you know, it's sort of like a little bit industrial, but definitely got a bit more of a, you know, I like the Diplomat tracks where they're kind of, you know, a little bit trancey and a little bit airy. Obviously they're slamming, but there's something a little bit euphoric about it. You know, even Hellfish has had fucking moments of euphoria, man. You can't like deny it. All right, he's a fucking brutalist, but he has like moments of clarity and beauty that fuck you up, you know. So those are the things, and I like that musicality. That was, you know, I felt that, you know, my inclusion, I did do some quite musical things that, you know, bolstered that part of the Def Chant imprint. So yeah, this album almost harks back to that. Okay, it might, you go, yeah, oh, here's some old tunes, let's get them out to make some money. Well, no one makes any money, but you know, but I've never done an album on Def Chant either. You know, we've done Distortion Kings and Def Chant 1 where we all collab did tunes together, and it was a collective album. It was not an artist album. This is like my first and probably last Def Chant album, unless fucking Hellfish prizes me. Well, I don't know, I probably fucked him so much off the internet now, he'll probably never talk to me again.
No, this is it at the end.
He don't want my music no more, does he?
So,
Hold the fuck up,
Sorry,
mate.
we're getting heckled by the boss over here.
I'm fucking hecklers, mate. Kick him out.
Yeah, no, you're not on this radio show anymore.
You've had yours, mate.
Let's play Paradise Is Never.
Let's play Paradise Is Never. We've got to give you a little nod of recognition, surely, mate. If you come from old like rave history, there was a really massive tune back in the day by D-Shake called Techno Trance. Paradise Is Now. That's why my track is called Paradise Is Never, because I basically took all the samples and turned it into actually more Paradise than I think is the original, but it was meant to be a gruesome version of it, and it actually came out one of the most euphoric things I've ever fucking done for a really long time. So yeah, weird story. Shut up, Luke, play the music. Calm it down.
Paradise Never on Death Chant. Go get the
Absolutely.
whole album.
Absolutely. Damaged by DJ still available at your favourite vinyl stockists, probably.
Whoop whoop. Now it's time for my favourite part of the show.
Well, the bit where I stopped talking.
Yeah. The bit where it ends. No, it's time to talk about Bangface, the happiest rave in the world. Is it not?
Oh, some other fucking friends of mine. God, they fucked me up for a few years as well. But James, I love you, man.
We love you, James.
Oh my God, dude.
That
was. Do you know what? I think actually another 2005 thing. I think that was the first time I played a Bangface. Was 2005 in the Electroworks in London. Totally.
Ooh, what happened?
It was fucking.
Can't remember.
It was mental. I remember actually sort of DJing on the table, like some guy, I don't even remember who it was, you know, like the bunch of randoms they have in Bangface, but like the guy who was playing before me, man, it's like he had so much equipment on the table, like almost like my left-hand CDJ was almost hanging off, and he was wearing a banana suit, and all sorts. I was like, fucking hell, Luke, welcome to the rave. Here we go again. What's this then?
Welcome to Neo Rave, to be precise.
I was going to say, actually, and then I decided correctly, no, this is Neo Rave.
Neo Rave.
Yeah, for sure. It actually, you know, it did wig a few of my friends who did, you know, classic rave, you know, the classic raves in the UK, kind of when Bangface first came out. A lot of my kind of snobby classic rave friends were like, oh, Bangface, looks kind of fun, but it looks kind of student-y, doesn't it? I was like, okay, motherfucker, define me student-y. What the fuck has student-y got to do with anything? I was like, dude, I swear, come with me, I'll change your fucking life. A couple of gigs later, like my friend Gary, he came with me, fucking hell. I lost him all night. I was like, good night then, was it, mate? Oh my God, I'm telling everyone about this. I said, and that's what I'm talking about. Closely guarded secrets until you fucking know what was that. And Bangface, honest, this guy, some of the most eclectic lineups of anyone, forever. Back to old rave ethics, you know, from a breakcore guy to a techno guy to some guy playing fucking Slavic breakcore, I don't know, just everything, and then me in the middle of it. It was just
plus inflatables, plus fancy dress.
It's the best shit ever. It's how it should be. It's like let fucking fly, as we used to, man.
And it was your last gig pre-Corona days, right?
Oh, remember gigs?
Remember raves?
Literally, Bangface. It's like fuck. That was the last gig that I did, man.
We're bringing up Bangface because essentially, without
I'm pretty much James classes me as a resident.
Without a DJ producer closing set in the main room and Hellfish closing the main room on the other night, it's not a Bangface weekender. So
thank you very much.
Yeah,
I'm glad
pretty
someone.
Much.
I make a mission of making it a fucking thing.
It's the highlight of every year. So.
I try to make it, man. I think
I missed it this time.
I try to make it my highlight, dude. It's always, you know, I know I'm going to play last. They never put me anywhere else. It's like, this room is fucking toast. Yeah. Every fucking time. I remember maybe this first or second Bangface, really big one that we played. It was like really down in almost Cornwall. It was crazy.
Probably was in Cornwall.
Me and Hellfish played back to back. I'm going to make full admittance. Like we played, I think about 15 minutes before the set, I fucking took a huge bomb of MDMA, right? It was really outrageous of me. We started, I've never seen a Bangface crowd like this. I fucking started doing it. It was mental. But I swear to God, I've never seen this. About 20 minutes into the set, I swear, I was like looking across the auditorium, I could count about 4 separate mosh pits. I was like, Fish, are you fucking getting this? It was the most outrageous, violent, like disgusting outburst of rave idiocy I've ever seen in my life. It was fucking amazing, and I just remember this. It was like a flashpoint. It's like fucking. I've never seen hardcore do this to people in the UK, man. What the fuck is happening? That's what it felt really real. It's like but after that, it's like Bangface is fucking okay. Every time next level, nothing else. Amazing, really amazing. Pulled something out of us again, man. Really. Don't do drugs anymore, by the way, kids. I'm an adult now. It was fucking sick though, really, just impressionable shit.
So I've asked Luke to give me his key Bangface banger, and he's picked.
Here comes the rub.
It's a Hellfish tune.
You fucking bitch. So now, after all the slating and all the shit talk, how do I finish the fucking show, Julian Cobb? With a fucking Hellfish tune.
It's Bangface time. Let's play it.
It's Bangface time.
kids, what time is it? It's fucking Bang Face time! Is it?
Kind of says it all, really, doesn't it? Look, mate, you've had yours. You've had all the talk's been about you. Now we're playing your fucking music, mate. Like, the interview's meant to be about me, Julian. What the fuck's going on here? Enough, mate. Enough.
So, Luke, have you ever played a Bangface boat party?
Oh my God, yeah. Fucking hell. God. Fucking, yeah. I don't really recall. I was on that boat with Nicky Blackmarket as well. I think Randall was on there as well. Some other junglists. DJ Vibes, the happy hardcore guy. Fucking hell, he was off his bonce running around with his top off. Fucking, it was mental. Yeah, we did the sail down the Thames, totally amazing. Did
anyone jump off?
No ridiculousness like that, which
Amazing.
is quite good, yeah, for sure. Jumping in the Thames, though,
Oh, hell no.
Fucking hell, mate. Yeah. Yeah, really amazing. I've only done one, but fucking hell, booted
One
it.
was enough.
One was enough, definitely.
So if you don't know what the hell we're talking about, search Bangface and let...
For real. If
let
you
the
don't know what
rest
Bangface is,
say-
for sure, just let Bangface speak for itself. man.
Indeed. James, you can pay me later. Wink. Okay, to close, I guess we should probably talk about Prospect, right? The reason we're here tonight.
Absolutely.
Or day, whatever time it is.
Well, this just brings us right slap bang into the present /
Boom.
future, doesn't it? We've done all the history. I could talk history for fucking days, but no one wants to hear the fucking sad tales of an old man, do they? They want to hear about what we're going to fucking do. That's all we care about is what we're going to do. Not what we've fucking done. What are you going to do? So let's talk about doing, shall we?
You're doing a really amazing new radio show on our brand spanking new Prospect Radio
Well,
app.
that's the first time anyone's described it as amazing, so I'll take that all day
Did
long.
I say amazing?
You did, actually.
Whoa.
You have to listen back, mate. You use that word, superlatives. Careful.
The show is called Confirmed Signals, Future Projections and History Lessons. What a mouthful, but says it all, right?
No, because Prospect fucked up, you know.
Prospect
It's actually called... It's called Confirmed Signals. It's called Confirmed Signals, and the content...
I was trying to tell them this.
The content is about future projections and history lessons. They'll get it right eventually. I've only told them about 6 times, but you know, that just goes to show what an awesome family I've like really entered in, because we're all in the same place, like properly fucking ridiculous. So couldn't be more fucking... We'll get there in the end, obviously.
We'll get there in the end.
I've only done 2 shows, and I've had to take 1 week off because of being here now, so it's already not a good look, but we're tightening it up, man. We're getting there. I bought a new mic and everything. Now you're going to be able to hear me so clearly. You're just going to be switching off, like,
So if
directly.
you want future projections and history lessons, tune
Come
into
to me.
that.
And it's all going to be about future projections now, because I'm bored of talking about history, to be honest with you. I've got a load of new music and all these guys that need airplay, and I'm the fucking man. And I'll talk over their music so no one can steal it, and hopefully glide through 2 hours of this, yeah. The first 2 were really a premise of about why we're here and what we're going to do, but I just want to promote music from these new guys who no one's heard yet, which is what I've always done as a DJ.
And how did you end up in this weird and wonderful Prospect family?
It's taken 10 years, man, but I think
right.
it was on the cards, wasn't it, gorgeous? It was always on the cards. You know, I've always been like, you know, so looked after by like the awesome guys and girls that, you know, TTM and all the wonderful things that they did for me, you know, and that had a time in history for me completely. I think just the music sort of, it renews itself and it moves and changes and, you know, basically adheres itself to a different platform better than others. And I think, yeah, for sure, with it, definitely the new things that I did for Prospect feels the most Prospect things I ever did in my fucking life, really. I've never been more honest. It's just, I think Corona lockdown and all that shit, we didn't know that was coming. The music, that the new ones I did for them came before, but already there was some ethereal thing about how this whole prospect renewal, and finally I'm with the family that fucking understands me probably better than I know myself. I don't know. It's just, yeah, and here's the platform. And, I did Prospect Extreme #1, and that was a really big deal for me, and I didn't realise what a big deal it would become. So to do #1 and everyone freak out about it, and so now, how many years, and I'm now doing number 50. And it feels 50 even feels even more honest, because it couldn't be more me if it tried. So, if about music is, don't make music for some facade or trying to adhere to a fucking scene or any of that bollocks, just because you want to be part of something. Fuck that. Make music because it's you, and no other fucking reason. If you're not doing that, quit.
Truth from the DJ producer.
Honest.
So to
Honesty
close,
is the best policy. That's it. And that's I've found that in myself now, The music from me, it has to be honest or nothing. Nice. For sure. I couldn't do it any other way anyway, to be honest. What the fuck am I talking about? Jesus. Shut up, Luke, and play the music.
To close...
Yeah, here we come.
To close, we're going to play your current record on Prospect Extreme. Would you like to tell us a little bit about this sexy pink number?
I'm going to, yeah.
I'm going to say a dirty joke, but I didn't. Stop myself.
Dirty jokes apply. Just go deep. I don't care.
No. I'm not going to descend to your level, Gareth. No, I don't want to become this guy. Okay.
So I think probably be the only track in this whole thing that we're going to play in its entirety, because it needs it.
Defo.
And actually, the track, it was done. It's weird because, again, it's like Journey of Force. I wrote the track, didn't have a thing. It was gorgeous. It missed a thing. I found the vocal. It fell in. The vocal was in the same key, almost in the same time. I freaked out. It became this thing. But then it's not just that. Like the music, like the fucking vocal. I just can't describe it. A lot of things have happened over the past few months, like the way I make music, and like getting to a point where I'm really happy with the way it sounds. Like literally, finally, it's happened to me. Like within the last 5 months, that's the fucking message in the tune. So there's something weird and deep and cathartic. So there's a message coming from me. Well, I don't know what it is, but then the B-side is absolutely a homage to the old school hardcore of just pure swearing and violence. The track called Can't Fuck With Me, and yeah, go listen to that too, because it's important, but this one, just can't describe it. Well, the last 10 weeks, Corona, can anyone fucking describe that? I don't think so. How finally, after a lot of like flapping and flaying around, finally I'm within the Prospect family, and I just can't describe that either. So there's a lot of, it's internal but external, but this means something, and I hope that you like it, and it possibly means something to you as well. Do it.
Out now on Prospect Extreme.
Oh, even I'm sweating a bit off that. Fucking hell.
Woo!
Stop the raves later, mate. Fucking turn it in. Come on. Nice one.
Phew.
Gorgeous.
So that's almost the end
Is it?
of your part, yes.
Oh.
We've got a very special part 2.
Oh, yeah, we have, haven't we?
Akira, would you like to step up over here? Yeah.
Oh, mic check. Sup, G. Oh, my God. Look who's in the... Look who's in the house. Oh, my God.
No distance.
No distance.
Yo.
Fucking distance.
So, Stefan, have you got an image of pretty much where these two met?
Going, man.
Is that on camera? Yeah. Yeah, so...
So, this is my kitchen.
Huh?
This is my kitchen.
This is your kitchen?
Yeah,
All
I
right.
chop some rice tonight.
Okay,
right?
sweet.
I think so.
Yeah, sounds like it. So you're going to do us a UK special?
Yeah.
Or UK tribute?
I try to play as much as Dutch, UK as possible. Only UK hardcore, and I try to do it, man.
Give us a little bit of a story about how you and Luke met.
I think we met on Facebook. No. No, I don't know. I think we booked him for some parties. We did, and he came along with Simon together, and we met, and we chill out, and because I know, and we start talking, and till today we still don't know what we're talking about, but
So
some kind of sense.
if you want to hear them two talking, tune into Akira's Stinky Tofu experience with the DJ producer on the Prospect Radio app. But I'm going to let you carry on playing some tunes.
All right, man.
Sweet.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Yeah?
All
Okay.
right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
need a lesson. sound of what you've heard so far.
Consider you God. Don't you want to? No, leader. Devoted power. Control behavior. Demonize outsiders. Devoted power. Control behavior. Demonize outsiders. That's their destruction. You are becoming one with the universe, one without boundaries. Eliminate the toxic mind. Water to bringing a drink to take to go to sleep. That's what death is, sleep.
Mind control.
understand me?
Hard rock, non-stop hip hop. Hard rock, non-stop hip hop. I'm the hard rock, non-stop hip hop.
I'm a master in judo, jiu-jitsu, karate, kung fu, taekwondo, aikido, fucking so. I am a master of everything. I am a master of everything. Guillotine.
Max. Welcome to London. What the fuck? Max. That's how we function.
Get your problems, I will solve them back once more too.
Pump up the volume.
Tell them again.
Pump up the volume.
One more time.
Pump up the volume.
Tell them again.
Pump up the volume.
Tell them again.
Pump up the volume.
One more time.
Pump up the volume.
Tell them again.
Pump up the volume.
One more.
We got the lid.
And fuck you, Hellfish! Just kidding, Julian. We fucking love you, but fuck you.
So that was the sound of Prospect Radio paying sweet, sweet homage to one of the UK's greats, the DJ producer. Also, thanks Akira for absolutely smashing it, sat down on the couch here. Tune in next time for another episode of Who Knows What. Bye! Yay.